Sir William Sewell.
Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Pacific Island Affairs and asks, who represented the Pacific Economic Development Agency throughout its negotiations with the government, which resulted in it being awarded $4.8 million of taxpayer funding in Budget 2010?
The Honourable Georgina Tehuihu.
Mr. Speaker, no money has been awarded to anyone or any organisation in Budget 2010.
Sir William Sewell.
Mr. Speaker, point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Apologies to my colleague, but I've just reflected on the answer. The suggestion that no money is being allocated in the budget in 2010 just cannot possibly be true.
Order.
I mean, it neither addresses the question nor it could it be a factual statement.
Order. The question asked who represented the Pacific Economic Development Agency, which resulted, it makes a statement which resulted in it being awarded $4.8 million of taxpayer funding in Budget 2010. What the Minister seems to have disputed in her answer is that that outfit was awarded that money, and the Minister's at liberty to dispute part of a question, which is a little unusual, I do accept, because one would have thought that it had been validated, but the Minister has disputed it. And that's where the matter stands at the moment. That can be further tested by way of further supplementary questions. So, William Sewell.
Okay. Who and when did she meet from Peter, which has led to this government saying that $4.8 million can be awarded to that organisation?
The Honourable Georgina Tehuihu.
Mr. Speaker, no money has been awarded in Budget 2010. If the member is referring to an appropriation of new money that was in the Budget 2010, then that's a different matter.
Point of order, Sir William Sewell. Order. Interjections will cease while a point of order is being heard. Sir William Sewell.
I just seek your assistance in this. My question is specific about who was involved in negotiations with this government.
To assist the member, what I'd like to invite him to do is to repeat his question, because I didn't hear the start of the question clearly. So the House will be silent while we hear that question repeated, since there's some concern over the answer given. I invite the member to repeat the question asked without any penalty or loss of question.
Who did she meet from Peter, which has led to this government announcing $4.8 million of taxpayer funding going to that organisation?
The Honourable Georgina Tehuihu.
Mr. Speaker, no money has gone to that organisation at this point, and if any money passes, the government will make sure that there's an appropriate purchase agreement in place that will be transparent and that will achieve the objectives that the government is seeking.
Point of order, the Honourable Pete Hodgson.
So the question said, who did they meet from Peter, which led...
Order, I may be able to assist the member. The problem with his colleague's question was he didn't just ask, order, member resume his seat, he didn't just ask who did the Minister meet from the organisation. He said which resulted in certain money being awarded. Now, the members will not interject while the Speaker is ruling. The Minister has told the House, the Minister has disputed the statement built into the question. Now, I can't help that. The Minister has disputed that, and the Minister must stand on her answer. But as Speaker, I cannot judge whether or not the Minister is correct in disputing that part of the member's question. But if he wants an answer, a particular answer, don't include allegations in the question. Just ask a straight question. Point of order, the Honourable Pete Hodgson.
I'm not at all trifling with your response. I would put it to you, sir, that the question said, which led to money being announced, whereas the Minister said no money has been voted, or awarded, I'm sorry. The fact that the money has been announced is public information. And the fact that the Minister said that it hasn't been awarded is irrelevant to the fact that it's been announced.
Order. I just refer back, though, to my advice to the honourable member that to avoid this kind of difficulty in answering questions, keep the question absolutely to the point. And that leaves the minister no wriggle room. Where a question contains a statement of alleged fact, that enables the minister, rightly or wrongly, to dispute that. And I can't be judging, down to the finest detail about the minister disputing that part of the question. But there are further supplementary questions, and it wouldn't be that difficult to ask a question that left no wriggle room. So, William Sewell.
Supplementary then, Mr. Speaker. Was she present when Mr. Bill English met with representatives of PETA prior to and immediately after the 2008 general election? And will she confirm that those meetings led to PETA being awarded by this government $4.8 million of taxpayer funds?
The Honourable Georgina Tehuhu.
Mr. Speaker, I say again that no money has been awarded to that organisation.
William Sewell.
Who did she meet from PETA to discuss money?
The Honourable Georgina Tehuhu.
Mr. Speaker, I've met with a number of individuals from Auckland, some of whom may or may not be associated with PETA. But I say again, Mr. Speaker, this was an appropriation of new money in Budget 2010, which was appropriated for economic development initiatives in Auckland.
Point of order, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister...
Order. Point of order is being heard. Order!
Mr. Speaker, the Minister has attempted to avoid answering the earlier question on the basis
I hear what the
of
member's
a
going to
difference
say. I think I can
between
assist him. With this particular question, it relates absolutely to the primary question asked. The Minister must know who she has met with when it relates directly to the primary question asked. It may not be in the public interest to divulge the answer. I fully respect if the Minister says it's not, but the Minister was asked a straight question, who she met with from a particular organisation that relates directly to the primary question, and I invite the Minister to answer it. Point of order, the Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
That's a very interesting interpretation of the question, but I think somewhat irrelevant. Simply because the Minister has repeatedly said there has been no contract let. Therefore, any questions about discussions over money, as the questioner asked, are somewhat irrelevant.
Order. No, I do not need any further assistance on the matter. The primary question read, who represented the Pacific Economic Development Agency throughout its negotiations with the government? Now, the Minister has not denied that there were any negotiations with the government. She denied that money had been awarded. Now, the primary question is absolutely specific about who represented this Pacific Economic Development Agency. Now, up until this last supplementary question, the questioner had made all sorts of statements in the question being asked. This final supplementary question asked who did the Minister meet with. It relates directly to the primary question, and the House deserves an answer unless it's not in the public interest. Point of order, Paul Quinn.
Speaking to the point of order, Mr. Speaker, there was a two-part question. The fact that the Minister did not answer the first part of the question does not necessarily mean that, in fact, that she entered into negotiations.
Order. The member will resume his seat forthwith. I think the Speaker has had some years to understand the standing orders and the Speaker's rulings. I invite the Minister to answer the question asked. The Honourable Georgina Tehuhu.
I've met with a number of people during the year who were interested in offering to the government a set of skills that the government is looking for in terms of economic development and entrepreneurship. There have been no negotiations. There were no negotiations with any particular individual for any money that was appropriated in Budget 2010.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, I seek leave to table a document which states, from the Minister, which states the budget provides $4.8 million in operating funding over the next 4 years for PETA.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection.
What was that all about?
Point of order, Sewell William Seor.
Mr Speaker, I appreciate the Minister's attempted to answer the question, but as you